Hello, it is Reviews Day Tuesday, and this week I'm just going to do a little mouse reviews where I talk about some things I have liked over the last week. Although by the time this goes up it might actually be Wednesday, so sorry if I'm running a bit late. Firstly, I have a new computer background, which can mean only one thing, that I have finished another game. Last week I finished playing Dragon Age 2. As you may already have guessed from the title, this is the second Dragon Age game. It is the sequel to Dragon Age Origins, and then Dragon Age Inquisition is the third game. Dragon Age 2 is, however, the third Dragon Age game that I have played because I played Inquisition first and then went back to the beginning. Dragon Age 2 is narrated by Varric, who introduces the player character Hawke. My Hawke is a female human rogue, if you are interested. They arrive in Kirkwall as a refugee from Ferelden during the events of Dragon Age Origins, but they become the champion of Kirkwall over the course of 10 years. It has 3 acts with about 3 years between each act, which I liked a lot, as you can see how previous events shape Hawke and Kirkwall in years to come. And I enjoyed this game, it was fun to play. The world seems a lot smaller than that in Origins. It's very Kirkwall based, but the story is good. There are a lot of great characters, a few recognisable from Origins and a few more recognisable from Inquisition. Also, for the first time ever, I have managed to collect all of the companions in a Dragon Age game, which is new. I normally miss out a couple, and they stayed as well. I didn't lose anybody. My champion was pretty sarcastic as well, so I'm not entirely sure how I managed to do that. But that was nice for me, as I am completely obsessed with characters. The combat system isn't as good at all as the other 2 Dragon Age games, I think. It doesn't have that top-down view which the other 2 games have, and which I use quite a lot. So I found it more difficult to play strategically, and it also makes it quite difficult to keep track of everything that's going on. But the dialogue is a lot better in this game than in Origins, I think. It's a lot more in line with Inquisition in terms of how dialogue choices are portrayed on the screen, and the player character speaks as well, which I prefer. It's interesting to play after Origins to see the repercussions of the choices you made during that game, and of course it's also interesting to see how we get to the world of Inquisition as well. I'm now replaying Dragon Age Inquisition and I'm loving it. Now I have more grasp on the world, and also now my choices in the previous 2 games are affecting this one. So yeah, it's a good game. I've heard it's the weakest, but I really enjoyed it. I will give Dragon Age 2 4.2 out of 5. Now I'm going to talk a bit about the film Carol, which I watched at the weekend. This is a 2015 romantic drama starring Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara. It is based on the novel The Price of Salt by Patricia Highsmith. The film is set in 1950s New York and is concerned with the love affair between a young photographer called Therese, played by Mara, and an older woman, Carol Aird, played by Blanchett, who is going through a divorce. This is a really good film. It looks great, the cinematography is good, and it's well directed. It suits the period very well, but the main thing in this film is the central story, the central relationship. Blanchett and Mara are perfectly cast, they have great chemistry, their relationship is very strong and believable and involving. I wanted them to succeed and be happy. I also found their separate stories very interesting. Therese is working in a store, but she wants to be a photographer. She has a boyfriend who she is ambivalent about, and Carol has a battle going on with her husband for custody of their daughter, which is very moving. Blanchett's performance in these scenes is exceptional and sad. This woman who can't change for anything and wants the best for her daughter and has a lot of responsibilities and has a lot of her choices ripped from her. Really fantastic character. I would give this film 4.3 out of 5, and I would recommend giving it a look. And now finally NW, which was on BBC 2 on Monday night. This was a one-off 90-minute drama based on the book by Zadie Smith. It follows a group of several characters in northwest London, some of whom know each other and some of whom don't. Their lives intertwine, but it focuses mainly on the friendship between Natalie, previously known as Keisha, played by Nikki Amuka Bird, and her childhood best friend Leah, played by Phoebe Fox. The story is told kind of non-linearly. We weave around a bit. It has chapters which focus on specific characters. Leah, Felix, who is a fantastic character, Natalie. It's a fantastic format, it keeps your interest and it drip feeds you information about the setting and the characters themselves, and it's a really important take on race in this country, on being a person of colour in the UK. Natalie's story is very moving in terms of how hard she has had to work to get where she is and what she has had to do to get where she is and how unfair that is. I would definitely recommend watching it on the BBC iPlayer if you get the chance. It's a fantastic one-off drama and I really want to read the book now. I will give NW, the TV drama, 4.5 out of 5. So those are my reviews for this week: a game, a film and a TV drama. I would love to know what you think about these things if you have seen/played them, and I will be back later on in the week, so I will see you then.